Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the podcast. I'm joined once again with my brother, Julian.
Hey guys, it's good to be back again.
Thanks for being back, Julian. So, for this week's podcast, we're going to be talking about the new Mortal Kombat movie we just saw recently on HBO Max.
And I gotta say, watching the the trailer of this movie, I was really excited because I saw some parts of it that made me smile, really. I love Mortal Kombat in the games. Even though I'm not that good in the game, I really like it. And I was very excited to watch this movie.
Yeah, I was introduced to the series back in the day. I want to say when I was definitely way too young to be playing the games, but my father got Deadly Alliance, which I believe was the fifth Mortal Kombat game on the PS2, and I always gravitated towards Scorpion. And then after that, I played some of the new Mortal Kombat games, including Mortal Kombat 9, X, and 11. So we're going to be discussing spoilers for this movie, so I'm going to give a time code in the description in the video, so that way everyone can skip for overall thoughts of the movie.
So in the intro movie, really impressed me.
That was easily the best part of the movie. Honestly, after watching the rest of the film, it feels like a completely different movie. But that's my opinion on that.
Yeah, I can see where you're saying the shift in tone of it, because at first I didn't watch too much of the teaser trailer, but I thought Scorpion was maybe going to become the protagonist, because in the cover of the movie, you can see Scorpion as Sub-Zero. No, that was completely thrown out of the window. It was his main character called Cole Young, and we will get into him in a second. He is the protagonist of the movie. He's generic. There you go.
Yeah, so one of the aspects I always liked in the Mortal Kombat games, the lore, is that all these fighters have to be confined within the rules of the tournament. Because Shao Kahn wants to rule Earthrealm, but the Elder Gods forbid him just going right in there. He has to compete in a tournament, send his best warriors, and if Earthrealm loses, then he can invade. But in this movie, they just like, nope, the rules? What rules? Shang Tsung just disobeys the rules. And on another note, the previous actor for Shang Tsung is a way better actor. He's even in Mortal Kombat 11. If this movie makes enough money that in a sequel, the previous Shang Tsung could be Shang Tsung. I mean, he's old enough where he could be old Shang Tsung and do some CGI effects, like Samuel L. Jackson his face up from Captain Marvel.
All right, let's get back to the main character. So we see this cage fight of Cole Young, where he loses in the fight, and overall into the movie, right? I didn't like his character. He's one of those generic protagonists that wants to be good, but there's nothing really to his character. I can't really say. It's like he has no personality, and I wished instead of Scorpion, you could have gone with Liu Kang or Johnny Cage. They could have been better main characters because they have big personalities, and it would be more entertaining to see them.
If anything, Johnny Cage would be a better fit because he's a cage fighter in this movie, which Johnny Cage is in addition to being an actor. So you could have easily transferred that role to him.
Yeah, why didn't they do that? Yeah, you won't see Cole Young in the new games. They're going to completely forget about him after the movies.
Oh, yeah. Like, who's going to go to Mortal Kombat 11 DLC and pick Cole Young?
No one.
Anyways, we get to actual characters that we care about. Jax, and he meets with Cole, commenting about the tattoo he has, which plays a big factor into the plot. Of course, another MacGuffin. And the next scene where Cole's with his family, it's filmed almost like a horror movie where the icicles peer through the window and you see Sub-Zero, which is something we've never seen before in the games, just Sub-Zero in like our modern times. Actually, before the fight, Jax tells Cole to take his family to safety, in which he does. And Cole leaves his family at their home while he seeks out Sonya to help figure out what's going on, why he's being targeted.
When Cole finds Sonya, they go to her place where she lives. This is where we meet Kano, the best character in the movie. He is the star in the movie. He is one of those characters that always makes the audience laugh.
That's really important when you're doing more mature / gritty movies. You have to have that comedic element in there, otherwise it gets over bloated like Batman v Superman. Actually, during this scene, we get to meet Reptile, which, not a ninja, but for it being a CGI lizard creature, it actually wasn't too bad. And then that's how we get the scratch on Kano's face, which they don't really do the robot eye, but we'll get into how he actually gets the laser eye later on.
I'm gonna comment about the lizard. When he talks about Reptile, so when I saw Reptile the first time, I was kind of disappointed. I thought he was gonna be a ninja, but no, he was an actual reptile, which I guess it was okay. But the fight scene, it was pretty cool, but still could have wished that it was an actual ninja instead of an actual reptile.
Yeah, MG Star not be pleased. So
should be, with his ninja mask on. I don't want to see this guy's face. I mean, look at him.
After the scene, after the fights, Kano's like, look, I have means of transportation to where you guys need to go to find more champions to have this tattoo. Which, interestingly, I thought because Sonya was part of the military, she would have access to resources like that. But Kano does. So whatever. They go into the desert and Kano cracks jokes on him constantly. While they're in the desert, we actually meet Liu Kang, and he chucks a fireball at Kano, just throwing him around.
Yeah, that's going to be a running gag for Kano. He's going to always get karma against him every time he talks crap. He's always going to get projectiles thrown at him. and I thought that was funny. And after that, they meet up to Raiden's hideout. And then Raiden talks crap about all of them. And I feel like Raiden in the games, even if someone was really bad at fighting, I think he would train them and
I must consult the elder gods.
yeah, and try to make them better. But in this one, he knows they suck immediately. He's not gonna even bother with them. You guys suck, and that I really like. I kind of liked it.
Yeah. Then after he disappears, Liu Kang and Kung Lao decide to train Kano and Cole. Sonya can't train because she doesn't have the tattoo, yet Kano does. Cole tries his best, but he's just not able to unlock his power. But later on, actually, Julian, did you want to comment on a little scene that Liu Kang does with Kano in regards to a move he pulls?
I also liked where they put a reference where they are using the leg sweep constantly, and that part made me laugh because Eli actually uses that move on me sometimes.
You gotta do what you gotta do to win.
I hate you.
Anyways, they have dinner after this whole train montage, and so far no one's unlocked their power. And they found Jax earlier in the movie and gave him robot arms. And Kung Lao and Liu Kang just roast Kano until he unlocks his laser power. But yet Cole doesn't have his.
And then we get to a scene with all the villains meet up with Shang Tsung, and I like Cabal a lot because I really liked his accent. Cabal actually kind of talks about how he really hates Kano because I guess they had a past with each other. And then Cabal goes to Raiden's hideout and convinces Kano to betray the people he was with. And I was very surprised at first, but then I forgot, wait, it's Kano. He's not really a good person. He's a mercenary. He's not a complete good guy because he was only with them for the money.
Yeah. Kano is not a good guy. Kano is a mercenary in the game, so I was almost convinced they were going to make him a good guy in this movie. So when he betrayed him, I was like, oh, all right. And we continue to see signs that Cole is completely useless because he still hasn't unlocked his power. And they get ambushed with Kung Lao gaining the shaft again and getting killed when Raiden could have easily prevented the situation. But whatever, we'll get into that later on. Cole's useless, so Raiden's like, all right, you go home. When Goro comes to attack his family, and he gets this plot armor-looking skin that looks like it's from the Halloween store. Looks like it's from Party City or something.
Yeah, it doesn't even look good. It's not very interesting. It's just a golden armor on his chest, and it looked kind of awkward. It didn't look that good. The Goro fight was alright. Some parts I thought was stiff, but at the end when he was using the finishing move, it was really good. I like the bloods and guts into it because it really makes you go, ugh. And still, I kind of wish that Liu Kang was the main character to fight Goro. It would have been more interesting.
Actually, after the fight, Cole gives this speech, this generic hero speech. Everyone, they all split up, and actually they've unlocked their special powers, where Jax gets the big robot arms. Okay, I guess we're just going to accept that. And after his motivational speech, everyone splits up to fight.
Then we get a cut of Sub-Zero come to Cole's family and takes a cheat shot and kidnaps him, baiting Cole to a fight.
Cole does not fare well in the fight against Sub-Zero until he uses the spear that Raiden gave him and summons Scorpion.
Finally, we get to see Scorpion in this movie. At first I was getting worried. I thought he was going to be Scorpion because he was an ancestor of Scorpion. I'm very glad he wasn't Scorpion, in my opinion. I really liked it. It shows them using all of their powers to attack each other. When Scorpion finishes off, he only says get over here once. And then after that, he talks Japanese and to Cole at the end. Yeah, he doesn't even know what he's saying.
Yeah, and Cole's just like, yeah, okay, but meanwhile, he's like, I don't know what this dude's saying, but we just accept that. After the whole fight, Raiden comes in, he's like, good job, Cole, even though I had no faith in you whatsoever. And Raiden does not interfere at all with Shang Tsung breaking the rules of Mortal Kombat. He would actually try. He would consult the Elder Gods to see if he can succeed in his quest, but this one, he just doesn't care. He could have prevented Kung Lao's death, just saying. And after everyone goes their separate ways, they set up a sequel where Cole goes to find Johnny Cage, which could have been him easily. But that's just what happens, and it definitely sets up for a sequel. So now we're going to give our overall thoughts, and it's open to discussion right now.
Overall, I think the movie it's a good movie, right? It has a lot of blood. I expected a lot of blood, and I did get a lot of blood from this movie. The thing I didn't like, the biggest part I didn't like about this movie, they mispronounced Kung Lao. Instead of Kung Lao, they say Kung Lao. Really, Kung Lao? Okay. You always get these in video game movies. They kind of mispronounce the names.
All right, my opinion, the film, it has potential. I think it has potential. I don't think it's a great movie. I think it's an all right movie. The only great parts of the movie is the first and last fight. Core of the film is okay, mainly because of Cole, when they could have focused on the legacy characters.
Yeah, mainly because of Cole. Because we don't care about Cole. We care about the other characters. And I kind of got bored when they all put the spotlight to Cole. I didn't care about him. I really cared about the other characters that I grew up with. No one cares about this guy who just randomly comes in the Mortal Kombat series.
Yeah, I could see them cutting Cole in the next movie and just having them as a mention. Like, hey, like Johnny Cage comes up, you're like, hey, Cole sent me, and then we actually get onto the plot the second.
I kind of doubt that. They're probably still going to have Cole in it.
Yeah, okay. I almost would want to see like a Marvel Cinematic Universe treatment for the Mortal Kombat universe. Like you could have the first movie focus on Sub-Zero and Scorpion, then you could have another movie where it's Sonya, Jax, and Kano, and then the final like Avengers movie, they focus on the first Mortal Kombat tournament. It probably would have not made enough money, so unfortunately we can't really have that lore and backstory explored in film. But that sums up our thoughts of the movie. We recommend if anyone here is a fan of Mortal Kombat or the series, give it a watch. One more thing for everyone watching. In the first podcast, I talked about Spider-Man No Way Home, and now we have an official release date coming in December. So, in honor of that, we decided to cover the first 3 Sam Raimi movies in the next 3 episodes. So definitely stay tuned for that.
Thank you guys for watching our podcast.
Thank you everyone for watching.